Good morning, y'all. And last night, November 27th, hell froze over on Raw. I thought about doing an instant reaction right after, but after a 12 plus hour drive and 3 hour Raw, I was cooked, so I decided to hit the hay, sleep on my thoughts about the night, and come out this morning, put out a video about my thoughts. Wanted to talk about it a little bit. So we'll get right into it. Let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. CM Punk is back. The hell has frozen over, which is going to be overplayed as can be. I'm doing it myself. But yes, CM Punk is back. Last 3 minutes of the show, I think, he comes out, shoots a promo very similar to the one he did when he returned to AEW, just about returning to wrestling and being home, per se. There's a lot of mixed reactions on this. Some people really like it. Some people absolutely hate it. They thought it was corporate and scripted. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't think it was his best promo by any means, but yeah, it was similar to the AEW promo, but a lot of people who watch WWE don't watch AEW, so they had never seen that. Maybe they had, but from WWE's perspective, that promo's never happened in their canon, one might say, so I think it's fine that they do that. And then the end, when he was like, I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make money. I enjoyed him being kind of cocky, kind of arrogant, like, you never stopped saying my name. You never stopped cheering for me even when I was gone. All 10 years he was gone. Every time there was a bad show, people would start chanting CM Punk. And I'm no CM Punk super fan. I mean, I was when I was 11, but times have changed. So is he. So has the WWE. And I know a lot of people were expecting some sort of like pipe bomb-esque promo on his return night. Maybe he was going to come out and shit on Tony Khan and AEW and what they were doing, but that was never going to happen. WWE I don't think has any desire to go out there and trash a company they're crushing in ratings. I like AEW. I think it's a fine product. I think it's a more niche product, but WWE doesn't need to have their newest star go out there and start shooting on his old company he got fired from 2 months ago for an altercation backstage. That's not a good look for the WWE, and they weren't going to allow him to do it even if that's the case, if he wanted to do it. So I think they're going to keep him on a short leash to start out. We'll see where it goes from there. Looks like they're building. I don't know who they're going to throw him up against first. I doubt it will be Seth, but we'll see. I thought it was okay. Yeah, it was a little underwhelming for sure. Kind of just like if you'd seen the AEW promo he shot when he returned there, or he made his debut, it was very similar. But I like the AJ Lee shout out. That got a good reaction from the crowd. Doubt we'll see her, but maybe. I doubted we'd ever see him. I was dead wrong about him. I bet against him not coming back, but shows you what I know. But I thought it was okay. Nothing crazy. Was it worth waiting 3 hours with all those commercials after the first hour of free TV? Maybe, if I was less tired. But that's not all that happened on Monday Night Raw. There was a lot of great stuff on this show that I think was better than the CM Punk promo at the end, that I think is going to get overlooked because he was on the show, similar to his debut at Survivor Series, even though I thought it was unexpected and kind of epic. I didn't even think that was the highlight of Survivor Series. The highlight for me was the return of Randy Orton. I really liked how they opened the show with Randy. They had him come out, talk about he is home. Like, this is Randy Orton's home. He looked happy. He looked excited to be in the ring. Talked about how he's going to get receipts for all the Bloodline members. Some RKOs dished out. I don't know how they're going to handle that. Maybe he's just going to sneak attack and RKO everyone. Maybe he'll have a title match with Roman. Who knows? Then Rhea Ripley comes out to interrupt Randy Orton, stating that the Bloodline is no longer the big dogs on the show. It is the Judgment Day, and they're the ones in charge. Things have changed. I really enjoyed their back and forth. The daddy's home to mommy was really funny. The who's your daddy chants all night were awesome. And then Randy demands a match with Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And I know they're just baiting us into Randy eventually RKOing Rhea. I think they're going to do it. They had him RKO Nia a few years back, so I don't think they're against having him RKO Rhea. I think they're going to draw it out a little bit, make us wait for it, but that'll be pretty awesome when it does happen. So Randy's back. Really awesome. Happy to see Randy Orton. He's one of my all-time favorites. The tag team turmoil match was really cool. No commercials, thank God. for the first hour. We paid for it in the second and third act with extra commercials, I think, but really cool to see the Creed brothers. They looked awesome. They were out there forever. They beat DIY, they beat the New Day, and then eventually they beat Imperium. Really happy to see the Creed brothers. I loved them on NXT. I hope they get some chance at the tag titles. Heck, I hope they win the tag titles. Let's get the tag titles off of Judgment Day, and we could focus on actually having the tag titles in the tag division, or split the belts again, please. They need more belts on SmackDown. So Creed brothers, solid outing. We got Cody Rhodes. He came out, declared for the Rumble. That was cool. And then they started a feud with Shinsuke Nakamura and Cody. I liked that. I think that'll be a cool match. I think it's more of a filler feud just to get through this time until the Rumble. But they'll probably have a couple good matches. Maybe one big match. I don't know when they're going to fight. I guess on Raw. I actually really enjoy heel Shinsuke Nakamura. He's kind of mysterious and scary. My girlfriend's afraid of him, so that's a sign of a good heel when he can spark some fear. I love his promos he gets to cut in Japanese. They're really cool and ominous backstage with the smoke and whatnot. And will they move Cody to SmackDown eventually? Because I feel like they need to have him on there next year so we can start feuding with Roman. But we'll see. Because Raw's kind of stacked right now with Randy back and CM Punk back. So we'll see what they do. Maybe they'll move him over. I'm not sure, though. Bronson Reed and Ivar put on an awesome match, I think. They were banging each other around. They're both very agile, and I think they're like the modern-day monsters where they can still look great in the ring, unlike someone like the Great Khali. But they put on a great match. I don't know if it was a double disqualification or if Bronson got disqualified and then they both just went balls to the wall and were fighting all over the arena, jumping off things. They were throwing around security guys. I thought that was awesome. So really cool to see the big guys out there just beating on each other. Loved that. Nia had a match against Zoe Stark. It looks like they're gearing up, building Nia to be Rhea's next opponent. I don't think she's going to take the belt from Rhea. That's another issue I think that they're dealing with, is trying to build up somebody to be a legitimate contender for Rhea. Whether or not it's going to be Becky Lynch at WrestleMania is yet to be known, but I think that's going to be the case. But I think Nia is improving on her return. I was a little hesitant with her return with her history of injuring folks, but she's been doing good. I think she's better on the mic now. She looked decent in her match, so good for you, Nia, improving, and she's starting to get a little bit over with me. I mean, I'm still going to boo her. She's a good heel. Seth Rollins comes out. I really enjoyed how Seth Rollins took on the CM Punk chance and said, I'm not talking about that hypocrite. So if you're someone who thinks CM Punk is fake and just in this for the money, as he says he is, you'll have Seth Rollins to root for in that feud, and I think they're going to put on an excellent feud. I can't wait to see their promo battles. Really excited for that. But then Drew McIntyre comes out. Again, he's still focused on getting that World Heavyweight Championship. And Seth tells him, well, he's not first in line. And that's going to be Jey Uso next Monday. That infuriates Drew. Drew hits him with a headbutt. Got a little blood on his forehead. Like to see that on Raw. Don't see that much. Really enjoying heel Drew McIntyre. He's just kind of he's very angsty and pissed off. I'm enjoying him as a heel, so love to see more of that. It did look like he lost his kilt and was literally out there in his briefs. So that was kind of funny because that's not his normal like ring attire. He wears the tights. But the briefs were funny. Still out there beating people up in his briefs. That was funny. Again, though, the second half of this show was commercial loaded. I really think they need to go back to 2-hour Raw. 3-hour Raw just draws out. I usually watch Raw on Hulu the next day, but I was like, all right, this is a huge Raw. This is the biggest Raw in probably 10 years, in my opinion. So I decided to just get the Fubo free trial and watch Raw. I'm going to cancel that and go back to Hulu viewings. But I enjoyed it for what it was. There was a women's tag team championship match. I really kind of enjoy, at least I'm starting to get behind the tag titles being on Piper Niven, Chelsea Green. I think they've got good, like, we kind of don't like each other chemistry. And having Piper Niven do the heavy lifting and even holding both the belts at the end of the match was fun. I do think maybe move the women's tag team belts over to SmackDown. Again, I think that not having Roman and Logan all the time with the two major men's belts on SmackDown kind of takes away from the weekly product. So having more stakes on SmackDown and allowing some of the other women there to maybe go after the tag belts. Heck, Charlotte and Bianca have been tagging together. Maybe have them go up against those two, put the tag belts on them. Who knows? So yeah, enjoying seeing Piper Niven and Chelsea Green grow their characters and their feud, and hopefully elevate those women's tag titles. And then we got Randy's first match back against Dirty Dom, and I loved it. It was kind of a squash match, but it was all over the place. It was funny. That country singer Jelly Roll, he was out there throwing around Dom and JD McDonough. JD McDonough is putting in work as like the crash test dummy for Judgment Day. I like seeing that. We got RKOs all over the place. Seeing Dom get RKO'd is awesome. I love Dom, but he's a great heel, and he's fun to see get beat up. So Randy's back. He looks better than ever. Looks great. Can't wait to see what they do with Randy Orton. So I'm really excited for that. But again, overall, 3-hour Raw needs to go away. Let's go back to 2 hours. Make it concise. Staying up, especially on the East Coast, till 11 with all those commercials is brutal. If it's 2 hours, maybe I'd consider getting cable, but we're going to stick with the Hulu rewatches for now. But yeah, overall, I think it was a good show. It was a little underwhelming because they really built up CM Punk at the end, and he was only out there for 3 minutes. It basically said, I'm back home, and I'm here for money this time. So whether you hate CM Punk, whether you love him, if you loved his return, if you hate his return, let me know what you think. Do you think they should make Raw a 2-hour show instead of a 3-hour show? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, do the whole 9 yards, and I'll see y'all soon. I think I'm going to gear myself more towards the narrative style stuff with stuff like this every once in a while. But those videos are doing pretty good, so I'd like to see more of those. And yeah, everyone have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.